There may come a moment in the distant future when everything in the universe begins to fall apart. Not slowly fading, not peacefully ending, but breaking down at every level of existence. This moment would not be limited to stars or galaxies. It would affect space, time, matter, and energy, marking the beginning of the universe's complete unraveling. The universe is held together by fundamental forces: gravity, electromagnetism, and nuclear interactions. These forces create structure, allowing galaxies to form and atoms to exist. But if something begins to overpower or disrupt these forces, the stability of the universe could collapse entirely. One possible cause is dark energy. This mysterious force is already driving the expansion of the universe. If its strength increases over time, it could begin to dominate every other force, stretching space so rapidly that nothing can remain bound together. At first, galaxies would separate faster than ever before. The night sky would grow emptier as distant galaxies disappear beyond the observable horizon. The universe would become increasingly isolated, with each region cut off from the rest. As expansion accelerates, galaxy clusters would break apart. The gravitational bonds holding them together would weaken, and stars would drift away from one another, scattering into vast emptiness. Eventually, individual galaxies would lose their structure. Stars would no longer orbit a central core. Instead, they would move freely, no longer held by gravity. As the fabric of space stretches beyond stability, star systems would be next. Planets would lose their orbits, drifting away from their stars. Worlds would become frozen and lifeless, lost in the darkness of expanding space. The breakdown would continue at smaller scales. Stars themselves could be torn apart as the balance between gravity and internal pressure fails. Their matter would disperse, leaving no source of light behind. As the forces holding matter together weaken, molecules would begin to break apart. Chemical bonds would fail, and the structure of matter would become unstable. Atoms would not survive either. The electromagnetic force that binds electrons to nuclei could be overwhelmed, causing atoms to dissolve into their fundamental components. At even deeper levels, subatomic particles could become unstable. The forces that define their interactions might break down, leading to the complete disintegration of matter itself. Time would also be affected. As space stretches beyond limits, events would become disconnected. Cause and effect would no longer function in a meaningful way, and time could lose its direction. The universe would not explode or collapse, it would simply come apart. Every structure, from the largest galaxy to the smallest particle, would be separated beyond interaction. Black holes, once the most powerful objects, would also be destroyed. Their immense gravity would no longer hold, and they would dissolve like everything else. In the final stage, the universe would become a thin, scattered field of particles. No stars, no planets, no structure, only isolated fragments drifting endlessly in expanding space. The moment everything in the universe falls apart would mark the ultimate end of structure and order. It would not be a single explosion, but a complete unraveling of reality, where nothing remains connected, and existence itself loses all meaning.